Hello folks, I hope that you're having a great and safe day today. So today is a sequel to a video that I just did for you guys where I looked at what the first story of the Cthulhu Mythos is. And in it I make the argument that the doom that came to Sarnath is in fact super secretly the first Mythos story. So today I'm going to review for you the doom that came to Sarnath. I actually reread it again yesterday. It was published during the very, very early era of Lovecraft's writing in 1920, before he really perfected himself as a writer. It's only 5 pages in this collection by Del Rey, the Dreamlands collection of him. It's oftentimes classified as a Dreamlands work, even though some of his earlier works, you're not sure whether they're actually set in his Dreamlands or not. The Dreamlands are basically a Lord Dunsany-esque land that Lovecraft writes in. And you enter them through your dreams, and there's a number of stories that he will write in it. A lot of earlier works of his fit the Dreamlands. They feel more fantasy-ish than horror, although they may have some more horror fantasy feels to them at times. But a lot of his earlier stuff is in the 20s, is going to be set in the Dreamlands, and some of them will seem absolutely like they're a dreamland. The Silver Key, Beyond the Gates of the Silver Key, the Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath, Celiphae. These are all very clearly living in the Dreamlands, but some of them that you find in Dreamland publications, it's not very clear or obvious whether they are or not. The doom that came to Sarnath is, according to a lot of scholars, set in the Dreamlands, but when I went back and reread it yesterday, I didn't see it. I'll give you 2 links below. I'll link you both in the comments below to this book and collection in case you want to read it in hard print. Also, the copyright is gone off of all Lovecraft stuff, so I'll find you a place where you can just read it online for free, so you don't have to spend any money on it. I timed myself rereading it a second time. It was 10 minutes and 15 seconds long, 4 or 5 pages. So in my oversized collection, so it won't take you that long to read it at all. So let's take a look at the doom at the doom that came to Sarnath, and we'll unpack it for you. So in this story, and again, it's 5 pages long, so I'm not going to spend too much time giving you a synopsis of it, but what you're going to be doing is you're going to be introduced to the land of Manar, and this is a story, and the framing device for this story is going to tell you right up front what happens to a city called Ib in the land of Manar, and it's set this up as this has happened a long time ago, and you're going to set it up. There's these people. The lake, they're around this lake, and this lake is not fed by any water, like any creeks, any rivers, anything like that. It's just there. It gives off this green mist. There's this stone city called Ib that is around them, and there are these creatures that live there that are very different from humans. And the stone of the city of Ib is not stone that resembles any other stone that's nearby, or that's quarried nearby. It's unfamiliar to the humans or to the locals. It is believed that these all three, the lake, the city, and the people that live in the city have all descended from the moon or from the stars above at some ancient eldritch time. And the humans don't like them. They keep them to themselves and so forth, but the humans find them ugly and detestable. So basically what happens is that the humans that have set up these various cities in the land of Manar have set up a really large city nearby called Sarnath. And the people of Sarnath have taken it to themselves to end these people, these ugly abominations that live in the city of Ib. And they go and they launch a campaign, and they actually take them out. And they bring back the the idol to their god. And then they toss the idol into the lake in a big ritual and a rite that shows that they are the superior ones. And then on the night of that celebration, the high priest of the god that the humans worship inscribes a symbol called Doom on the altar of their god just before he dies and passes away of unknown reasons. And that's 2 pages into a 5-page short story. So what will happen next? What will happen with the people? What will be the doom? What will actually happen to Sarnath? What will happen? Will they come back? What actually happened with the people of Ib? And so forth. So you'll find out more from the story as you go back and read it. Again, it's 5 pages long, and it took me 10 minutes. So I'm not going to spend that much time talking about it. It takes you 10 minutes to read it. If I spent 12 minutes discussing it, that'd be silly. But there you are. There's a synopsis of the first couple of pages for you. It's a fun story. It's very well written. It's written in a Dunsany style of writing, so it has a lot of grandeur to it, a lot of wordsmithery and wordcraftery. It's earlier in Lovecraft's writing career, but he's a good writer early on, and so he's going to be very well crafted. This was actually published in an amateur magazine from Scotland, so it was not something that was published in the main pulps at the time that were popular during the era. It took a while before, you know, Lovecraft got sort of his pulp feet wet before he would start publishing later on in the later 20s, a couple of years later when he started to pick up his feet and he'd start to publish for places like Weird Tales and other magazines that were in the pulps. At the time that he's writing this. I do think it's a strong 7 out of 10. This is the story that is the title of the collection of stories from the Dreamlands by Lynn Carter during the 70s when he reprints, when he's the writer of the Ballantine Adult series. He's the editor of that series, and he brings back a lot of pulp era stuff during the 60s and 70s. And the title of the Dreamland collection is the Doom of Sarnath and Other Stories is the title of that collection. That's how well regarded this story is. So I'm not just giving you something random. And again, I also think this is the first Cthulhu Mythos story, and I'm giving you my argument for that in a previous video. I'll also link you to that video in the comments below as well. So there you are. Have you read it? What did you think of it? Did you agree or disagree with anything here? I'd be happy to engage you with that in the comments below. If you like this video, please feel encouraged to hit that subscribe button. There's going to be so many more of these to follow. And finally, hey, I just want to thank you for taking some time out of your day and watching my video. We all have so many things happening in our lives, right? So the fact that you spent this time with me is so humbling, and I really do appreciate it. So thanks again, and have a great day.